Hey, Tommy.
Hey, Wayne. Sadly,
Yeah.
Labor Day.
Why is that sad?
Not the holiday, but the actual time of the year. It's
Oh, I know.
kind of the end of summer and
Get a little
got a little
nippy.
summer. We got the Old Glory here, Sinus Premise, flying above us, but rock on.
Yeah, get a little nippy. We're going to start with the Bills. Now, on this show 1 week ago today, we heard about watch out for this kid McLeod at corner. And guess what? We cut him because we had to, basically. Numbers game. Wanted to get him back on the practice squad, and he got plucked off by the Bengals.
Yep.
So you heard it here first.
And we also thought that the tight end, the kid out of the MAC,
Yeah.
and he was brought back to the practice squad. So, hey, listen, we weren't going to go down and pick every person on the roster, but these were just little side pieces we were talking about, you know?
No, we're definitely right, and we're always right. But
Although I think we did comment on the fact of the tight ends, although I didn't see Hollister going, but they do like Reggie Gilliam.
well, and what a great story this morning in the paper about Gilliam. Just very respectful, military kid, military family, just wants to win games. Doesn't care what they do, where they give him, whatever.
Fullback, 6'5", I don't know, 240, one of the fastest Bills.
Runs like the wind.
And don't be surprised, this guy doesn't end up being our feature back down the road.
Are you saying that? I'm probably going to disagree, but no offense. I just don't think he's got it to be a feature back. But hey, you know, you've been wrong before. I've been wrong before. Well, actually, I've never been wrong.
In the history of the big backs, the Derrick Henrys, now you got Najee Harris and others I can't think of right now. He fits all of that. He gets the short yardage, and the more you can not change your roster, like the more you can do out of your base unit, the scarier you can be. You know, sometimes you can be predictable if you bring in, like, say, that passing back, like a Breida, and you still got to account for him. But if you can get a lot of that out of one big dude,
no, you're right.
Maybe not feature back. Maybe that's a little too far, but
no, but I understand what you're saying.
Player.
He's a talented kid. I want to come back to the Bills, but real quick, Clark Hunt. His father is my Hunt. He came out and said today that any player, coach, or staff in the entire KC organization who doesn't stand for the flag and put their hand over their heart, no matter who they are, will be fired. I freaking love that. Kudos to you.
Especially after everything that happened in the embarrassing situation in Afghanistan and those guys getting killed. I think our a great move. I know we don't want to get into that yet, but very classy
move. I tell you what, obviously raised right by Lamar Hunt, one of the founding fathers of the AFL, along with
Ralph.
I'll do the one strand of hair. This is an outrage.
Yeah, those guys started a hell of a league, boy. Look what they did. But you're right. Kudos.
Back to the Bills. So look at the first three games, right? We're at home against Pittsburgh. Schittsburg, let's call it what it is. On the road against Miami. I mean, the boys will be down there. And in the third game, at home against the Washington football team. Looking at 3-0 there, I do believe, though, and I don't know why, I have a feeling that, we're going to beat Pittsburgh. But I think it's not going to be a runaway. Now, we're 6.5-point favorites. I think it's going to be a little tighter than that. That's just a feeling. But I think we can go 3-0 and really kick this year off really, really nicely. What do you think about that?
Well, I'm curious with the opener. First time this team gets a chance to play with the ravaged Buffalo Bills fans behind them.
Oh, my God, yes.
They're coming back with Roethlisberger, right?
The big rapist.
I'm curious to see how our new rush and the new way it appeared the Bills played D in the summer here against Roethlisberger, who's not very mobile.
Statue.
I'm curious to see how we can.
Let's do an over/under on sacks. Okay, I say the Bills get 5 sacks. Over/under. What do you think?
I would definitely say 5. That's a good call. Boy, it's tough. I wouldn't go under. I'd go over.
Okay, good to hear.
Because I think you're going to see some blitzes coming. Roethlisberger, you can't let him stand there and pick you apart. Like anybody in this league of quality.
Of any quality, yeah.
You can't guard. So your best pass defense is that guy, that front four. And with the height with Russo and Boogie Basham and the guy from Carolina. Abada. And AJ, and we're not even counting Jerry Hughes, who's been resting all summer.
Right.
And I'd be kind of stunned if
I just read the other day too. Somebody thinks that Addison is going to have a comeback because they had to play him more than they wanted to last year. And I think there's a lot of people are saying in the national news that Addison's going to break free, get 8 to 10 seconds.
Somebody's got to be cleaning up the mess here, right? I mean,
that's right.
You got Harrison Phillips is out, right?
No, he was in a red no contact, but he looks like he's going to play.
Okay, and well, Starr's back, but he doesn't play much of a role in pass defense that we're talking about now. But I'm looking for a big year out of Eddie Oliver too.
Me too.
Playing his regular position again and stuff. But bottom line, if we come out next Monday and we're saying, God, no sacks in Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
Unless it was Sean Hockley calling the game, I don't know. You know.
One of the things too I'd like to bring up is I think our depth at corner is a little weak. So we've talked many times on the show. How do you overcome that? Pass rush,
right? And a little tighter coverage, and then getting them hands up. And that was the beauty of the big guys.
Yeah.
Taking those passing lanes away. I definitely take the Bills in this, and I'd give the points for sure.
Do you? You like a blowout?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's going to be about a 4 or 5 point win. But hey, listen, that's just that's all guessing. Who cares, right?
Who knows? Give me a W, right? That's the bottom line.
Give me the W. Get out with the W. And I think we have something to show Tua week 2 as well. So.
Yeah, although they say he's looked a lot better, but he's still a rookie and he's got some flaws in his giddy up. And that hip, I was listening to a guy out of Miami the other day, and they don't know if that's 100% yet. And
right.
Understandably, that's a big surgery.
That's a huge. I can attest to hip surgery.
It's going to be tough to sweep our division again.
Excuse me.
But the Bills in Miami, they always play well there, and the key is again Josh Allen. I mean, with the weapons that we have and stuff, if they're on, it's going to be tough to.
How do you stop them? I mean, my God, Gabriel Davis is a 4th wide receiver on this team. That's a talented kid.
No, it is.
It's crazy.
I'm looking for big years out of all of them, and the Bills can run that ball too if need be. If bad weather or something happens to be a factor, they can also run it. So.
Well, it looks like they like Singletary in the early downs, and then inside the 10. They like Zach Moss. That seems to be their MO.
And you probably get a little bit of
Breida.
Breida,
a couple dumps on 3rd down.
I think where you'll see Gilliam is maybe in 3rd down situations where he might be a tight end or fullback used and moved over to tight end. And you'll see him, I think, down inside the 5. They like him short yardage there.
Yeah.
A little bigger body. Although, honestly, short yardage, spread them out.
We've talked a million times. No pig on pig. No, you got to get some holes in. When you've got 22 guys jammed into a 6-yard play, it's not good. And
you're counting on the guys to come over and give you the right spot. And we've all seen that before. They're running. If it's New England, it's here. If it's us, it's there.
Before I make a prediction about Sunday, can I find out if Hockley Jr. is
no.
the ref? Because if he is, God help us all.
He's part of the show, and it's wrong. The game should be refereed where you don't.
Automatic defense. Pass interference, automatic first down.
And he, if you can tell in the background, he's whistling. He's always whistling something. He's total control.
Yeah.
He announces things that other refs don't announce.
Yeah, he wants to tell you where he went.
Please set the clock to 15 minutes. Yeah, it's the start of the quarter. We know.
We get it, Hock. Yeah. Go pump iron.
Yeah.
What else you want to talk? Bills? Anything else?
No, that's about it with the Bills.
We'll have our show next Monday talking about the win.
Quick Sabres note. It looks like there's going to be a breakthrough with Jack here. Get him his surgery, whether it's the one the Sabres want or the one he wants. He can sign off whatever legal things you have to do there. But bottom line is, I want to make it clear here, there's no hatred toward Jack Eichel at all. We're better with him here.
Yeah.
By the way, there was no noise before we started filming. We're a better team with Jack Eichel. If the bridges are burned and it's time for a change, so be it. I don't dislike him, Risto or Sam Reinhart.
Not at all. Sam Reinhart should have been signed to a long-term contract. They kept waiting every year going, well, 20 goals, can he do it again? 20 goals, can he do it again? 20 goals. It was ridiculous. But back to Jack, it was TSN who announced that he's going to get the fusion surgery soon. That's the one the Sabres want. And that he'll be ready in December. Now, that's TSN. Nobody else has said anything on it, but they're usually reliable. That's kind of like our ESPN.
And then the thing with Sam Reinhart, the rumors were he wanted to go back out west, northwest. He went to Florida and immediately signed a 3-year deal with them. And I just think maybe behind the scenes they said, look, change of pace for all of us. We know Risto needed one.
Yeah.
I I think Risto's a good defenseman, but again, you got to limit the minutes. But anyways, no hatred toward any one of the three. Let's just start getting better.
By the way, nice signings this week. Yoki Haru and Mitz.
Yep.
What, 3 years, 2.5 a year?
Yep. Identical deals. Nothing yet on Dahlin. I'm thinking.
Well, I think they're worried about Dahlin. They're giving guys that I don't think deserve it. Like Darnell Nurse got 9.5. I think you're smoking something up in Edmonton. But I know the price goes up every year. I get all that, but I think they're smoking something up there.
I think Dahlin is. I'm hoping. But I think it's not much of a hope. I think this is going to happen. He's a $9 million player.
Yeah.
But I don't think yet.
Not yet, and that's the thing. Do you go 6.5 for like 3-4 years, keep him restricted?
Yes.
I think that's what I would do.
And then it's better for him too because he can prove himself and stuff too.
Yeah.
And you know what? If you can long term him then at a lower cost, then so be that too. Cost effectiveness. Philly just did that with one of their players. They're Farabee. And so there's two ways, but
that's $6 million a year for 5 years.
I think Dahlin's a better player than he projects to be, Farabee.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe a 4 or 5 year deal.
Yep.
Just before he becomes probably 6, 5.5, 6.
Yeah.
I don't know, somewhere around that neck of the woods.
I do that.
But the bottom line, draft and sign your own and reward your own. It goes a long way in the locker room.
Yep.
Don't bring the crap off the streets and overpay. We still have 2 more years of some of that.
Even if guys don't shower with men,
Exactly.
It goes a long way in the locker room when you sign your own.
It does. And you keep your own and you sign your own and stuff like that. Not that the free agency is not the way to go. Come on.
You look good with that flag on.
Yeah, I do, and I love the old glory.
Me too. So I guess we got to get into shit stick now. Let's talk about the Democrats out in San Francisco. Is that where I'm hearing?
Yeah, they're actually going with $300 if you promise not to shoot anybody. $300.
Isn't that per month?
Per month.
$3,600 a year. If you sign up and say, I'm not going to shoot anybody in San Francisco. Now, the first thing you got to do is you got to walk over human waste, okay, to get to the city hall to sign up. There's bowel everywhere, tents. And then you got to sign up. Now, Tom and I said, bring it to New York. I'll sign something, $3,600 a year, saying I won't shoot somebody.
In some cases,
I might break it.
You also have to make sure you get to your parole meetings, right? They're giving them
just
like
pay for
gift
everything.
cards.
Gift cards
Now,
for that?
You used to have to go to your parole meeting,
or
you had to go to your parole meeting.
And then you got arrested if you didn't go.
Yeah, and now you're getting gift cards and stuff. So I guess the Democratic way is to just throw money at everything.
Socialism, just pay for everything.
I see Rob Reiner, Meathead, is out because they're having the recall election coming up real soon, the 14th, I think. He says, let's not let our state become like Texas and Florida. We're the front runner. You sure are the front runner. Where else can you go and just step in yesterday's news?
Yesterday's
you sure
news.
Are the front runner there in that dump.
That shithole.
But
that's Meathead. What else? What is shit stick?
I think it's the Afghan thing with the people coming over. That's an atrocity there to give that the Taliban, which we were told was all decommissioned stuff. Well, it doesn't look decommissioned when they're driving the tanks and flying the helicopters and hanging people off.
They're hanging people off of helicopters and they're driving the tanks. But you know what though? I believe Joe Biden because you know what he said? We decommissioned everything we left.
And he inherited a lot of that.
And I inherited from my predecessor.
He inherited a lot.
The Afghanistan situation.
He did inherit an awful bit. Although on the 5 minutes into his presidency, he was changing things with a pen. That's a pen, by the way. There's currently I think 4 aircraft on the tarmac in Kabul, and the State Department isn't allowing them to take off because the passports and stuff. They're so picky on who they were letting out of Afghanistan.
Yeah.
People that helped us and saved lives, including his, aren't allowed out. But what's coming across the southern border?
What's happening in El Paso?
Which is actually that way. I'm sorry.
El Paso. Say hello to my little friend.
By the way, that's all covered up. The whole southern border. You don't hear none of that anymore.
No.
And I see Cam Harris. There's a sighting. She's back from Singapore.
Oh, thank God.
She's now going to be campaigning in California to keep Gavin Newsom.
Great. What about the DA out there? He's a wonderful man.
Wonderful. Garcon. No crime, no crime.
Garcon.
No it's all George Soros. Follow the money. Real quick, too, the storms.
Why do you hate Soros so much?
Because he's behind, wherever there's evil, you'll see his name. Look in the dictionary, evil, G.
Sure.
Soros. But anyways, the storms that we've been hit with and the fire out there and stuff, you know, the global warming.
God, just let it rain.
We have to immediately get into this electric and green energy. The truth is,
it's not ready.
We're all pissing in the pool, and if we just stop at this end and they're pissing over there, it's still piss in the pool, right?
In other words, India and China are doing nothing.
They've done nothing. Their carbon imprint is gigantic. But AOC, who we haven't heard about, the atrocities to women in Afghanistan, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
We have not heard from AOC, Sandy Cortez, until the other day when she called Joe Manchin, if that's his name, the Democrat, who was saying this new budget is way out of line.
It's crazy.
She called him that the lives of the people killed in the storm, Ida, are his responsibility. That's absurd.
Oh, come on.
That's totally absurd.
It's been hurricanes
for this shit?
It's been hurricanes since the beginning of man. Now, I'm not saying things aren't changing, but we need help in this world to do this. We cannot do it ourselves.
And little by little things, right? I mean, right now down south in Louisiana, there's no electric. What are the fire trucks, gas, first responders, everybody's automobile's going to run on? If all the electric grid is shut down there.
Wait, how will it work? Well, Tom, remember we said, listen, I don't want anybody to use this idea, okay? But we're the first to come up with the 5-mile extension cords. Okay, so you can get to your Tops or your Wegmans, all right?
Oh, knock on a neighbor.
It'll work.
Howdy, neighbor. By the way, it takes quite a while for those cars to charge up, right?
Yes, it does.
Anyways, just a couple questions. And if we start tomorrow with everything, it's not going to change much. Yet that storm Ida was horrible. And
first of all, again,
the fifth worst.
You're basically put a cereal bowl underwater and built stuff around it. Stop living in New Orleans. End it.
That's right, the Crescent City. And New York City, right? It's the fifth worst.
Fifth worst what?
Storm. It's not the worst. It's fifth from like 1840. What was going on then? Cow shit? But here's one quick one. In Suffolk County, there was a family. Young guy and his mom were in the cellar. The cellar wall collapsed with water rushing in. And it's filmed. The whole thing's filmed. He's screaming.
Never stop filming. People are screaming and they're filming it.
Is there like a no-stop filming law?
You can't stop because the insurance company wasn't going to pay, so they filmed it just before their death. No, I'm kidding. They didn't die.
Son, I'd love to help you, but I can't stop.
2-minute warning. 2-minute warning.
And there's never a filming of a drive-by. Quickly too, Chicago. The storm in New York.
Yes.
At least there was no shootings.
True.
But Chicago in the last couple of days, 20 deaths, including a 4-year-old little boy. Where is BLM?
Yeah, where's the protest?
That Marxist group, it's all bullshit. There's no BLM. It's communist. Yeah. And the only time they get upset is when it's an officer-involved killing of a black man, and it's 0.1% of the murders. It's
right. Where's Sharpton? Where's the Reverend?
Where's the right Reverend brought
Sharpton?
On board in a dream team by Nancy Hochul, who's a great clerk, well over her head.
Yeah, good. Nancy
Sharpton, what in the name of God has he done?
What has he
for
done?
Anybody?
He's he shows up when somebody dies, but when 37 are killed in a weekend in Chicago, there's no discussion.
By the way, I'm wearing my Mickey Mouse, vote for Mickey Mouse and save summer. It's also in jest of what's going on now, but my mom and dad voted for this current president.
Yeah.
And I can't get too upset at my dad because he died in '94.
Oh God. Yeah.
A couple shout outs. My sister, Cher, thanks for a lot of your tidbits. You keep us going.
I have a shout out to Todd Clark. Happy birthday, Todd. 31 years old, same as my daughter. You guys were born just a few months apart. While your dad and I work together.
And Timmy, how you like that water now, Johnny?
Not sure what that means, but
he'll know.
Well, Timmy was in that storm, right?
Oh yeah, and I haven't heard from him. And seriously, I hope all's well.
Yeah, I'm sure everything's okay.
Shout out to all our viewers. Thanks for listening. Send comments and stuff to P.O. Box.
No, don't send comments. Listen, go Bills. Looking for a nice win this week. Tommy says big. I say 4 or 5 points. Doesn't matter. Get the W. We love you guys.
You're going to see a Highmark rocket. And so when the others arrive.
And if you don't know what that means, we're sorry.
I think I've been with the others.
Yeah, you've been transported.